Hey, and welcome back to Rennch. On this episode, we are going to unbox and examine the American Autowire Highway 22 Plus Universal Chassis Wiring Kit. If you guys are new to the channel, behind me is the Blasphemy build, which is a 1969 Porsche 911S former race car that I'm converting back into a Subaru flat six twin turbo powered street car. When I got it, it was completely gutted. It has no wiring, no plumbing, nothing. So I had to start from scratch really for all of the major systems in the car. Now, if you've ever driven an old 911, you're sort of used to dim dome lights and gauges. Sometimes a turn signal works, sometimes it doesn't. Ceramic fuses that you have to twist in the very old school fuse panel. I didn't want any of that for this build. I wanted the wiring to be a lot less of a headache than it traditionally has been for these cars. So as it pertains to wiring, I really had three options. Number one, I could find an old Porsche harness, but I think that would come with all of the gremlins that a 50-year-old harness would come with. Two, I could have another Porsche harness made. They do make them. In fact, one of the sponsors of this build, Restoration Design, makes a killer bespoke Porsche harness, but they're expensive. They're $3,000 plus. For a build like this, which is not period correct, it didn't make a lot of sense for me to do that. Or I could go with something like this, which is a universal kit, and everything's labeled, everything's modern. I'm not a wiring expert. In fact, it's probably one of my least talents when it comes to car building. But with something like this, which is really well documented, both online and offline, and with documentation here in the box, I think, we're going to give it a crack. So let's crack into this thing. You know, it's a bummer because they make a kit for the Volkswagen Bug, which I was hoping I could just use. And I reached out to American Autowire's CEO like 3 separate times to see if A, they wanted me to work with them and help build out a kit for this early 911 or do something, and I never got a response. So American Autowire, if you watch this, you dropped the ball. Let's unbox this thing and see what it's all about. All right, first things first. Stop. Validate the kit contents. Warning, validate the kit contents with the component list included on page 2 of this sheet before proceeding. This kit is intended to be used in a modified vehicle. Please read this sheet thoroughly and be sure that you understand everything explained on it prior to opening any of the enclosed packages or before attempting to install any of the components. Once it's been opened or a component installed, the kit is not returnable. All right, that's cool. Now this is the Highway 22 Plus kit. I got it from Summit Racing. I think it was $519. The Plus gives you a few additional things that the regular kit doesn't. I'm not going to read them all, but it's got built-in LED flasher support if you have LED turn signals. It's got backup light wiring. It's got longer neutral safety wires for cars with console shifters, high amp alternator and main power connection, bigger wiper circuit, ability to handle 4 headlights versus 2, and a bunch of other stuff. So have a look if you guys want. AmericanAutowire.com is where this kit is. Now I have the full list right here of what's supposed to be in this box, so we'll go through it. I need to integrate this into a Haltech. I've got a universal Haltech ECU going into this, so I'm going to need to merge all those things together, which I will do. If you are a Blasphemy build fan and you've been watching I think I've done 31 videos on it so far, that will be a separate video. So this is just an unboxing. Let's go through this list. So we've got alternator and main power connection kit. This is a big beefy wire, 6 gauge, and a big relay, a big old breakout box right there. And there it is right there. We'll take that. We've got, let's see, accessory connection kit. Just a big bundle of wires. That one is. There's no way I'm going to have enough room on here. This is the steering column and turn signal connection kit. Big bundle of wires. Dimmer switch. Oh, this is cool. So this is the main power panel. I'm actually going to take this thing out once I discover that I have everything here. Ignition switch and starter connection kit. So this just goes right to the starter. We've got headlight switch. Oh, that's cool. Headlight switch. We've got ignition switch. Headlight switch connection kit. These go to the headlights. Gauge connection kit. I probably won't need any of these because I'm going all CAN bus digital, which is cool. Ignition switch, GM column mount. I probably won't do that either. I'll probably use a Porsche ignition switch. And alternator connection kit, which goes to that little breakout box. And then I've got another couple of little accessories. This is important, which is, that is the full wiring diagram. And the other thing I think is really cool is that it gives you full installation instructions, like point A, point B, and that's killer because I need that. That is something I need. Let me double check this against my list here, and then I'm going to crack a couple of these bags open. All right, we are fully checked off and good to go. One thing I want to say is these things are all so well labeled, and not only are they all numbered so you can cross-check, but they're named exactly the same. There's no verbiage change, which I think can be super confusing for some people. So this is a really, really well thought out kit. Let's open this thing up because this is really the heart of this, which is the main power panel. If you've ever dealt with an old Volkswagen or an old Porsche, you know how infuriating it is to have these, like this little thin fuse panel with these ceramic fuses. This is not that. This thing is beefy. It's all labeled and color coded. Look how cool that is. It tells you exactly what's what, exactly what's supposed to be happening. Relay 1 out, relay 1 ground, dome, stop, headlights, ignition, battery, radio gauges, battery and accessory out. I don't know where I'm going to mount this yet, but this is just awesome. They just come in through the side, you screw them straight down, and then you plug them in on the other end. So obviously you have to make some kind of panel or fabricate something. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Maybe inside the car, underneath, over there. I don't know yet, but we'll get there. It's certainly long enough to deal with all of it. The other thing I should note is in every one of these bags is its own little separate instruction sheet and sometimes wiring guide, which is cool. So like, let's look at here. This is the steering column and turn signal connection kit. I'm going to not get these things confused, but this thing has its own connectors and shows you exactly how to wire it in the wiring diagram. Obviously, because it's modular, these guys have also included all of these optional accessories that you can get. Anything from a courtesy light to fan temperature to heater switch to master disconnect switch, you name it. Like, there's a ton of different stuff here. In addition to obviously this main wiring diagram, you have a whole page of optional accessories like wire crimpers and stuff like that. Weather pack kit, so if you're going to be doing like an off-road or something like that, they've got waterproof connectors. Terminal kits, which I probably should have gotten with this, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, this video is not meant to be an install. This is just an unboxing. I will be doing a specific, Haul Tech meets Highway 22 for my Blasphemy build project. But I wanted you guys to see what this thing is all about. If you have a vintage Porsche and you want to just sort of eliminate the hair pulling that comes with some of these things, probably worth checking out. I think for any car, this universal kit can be a great upgrade. Very much worth not troubleshooting gremlins. I'd rather have brand new wire with brand new crimpers and brand new connections than have to go back and see if there was like a cracked wire somewhere in the middle of a harness, So that's it for this little unboxing episode. Hope you guys have a great day. Be sure to subscribe and check out the Blasphemy build playlist. It is a really, really fun project, so if you're brand new to the channel, I think you'll dig it. I will talk to you next time.